Hey everyone, welcome to Ready to Love. This is going to be a special matchmaking session for Miami. We are going to be looking at how, if we had the chance to pair up the ladies of Miami season 2 with the men of season 1. If it goes well, I'll do the reverse. If it goes well, I'll do the reverse. But this is just going to be a fun little video just to break the season up, to give us something to do. I don't want to step on any toes. I know season 2 is not over, so some of these ladies may actually make their love connection with these men. So I don't want to step on any toes. So it's just for fun. And to be honest with you, some of these men from season 1, who knows, they might have girlfriends. In fact, I was wondering, is Mike and Brandy, are they still together? Are Mike and Brandy still together? I don't know. I don't want to step on any toes if they are. I hope they're still together. I thought maybe they could make a good couple. But what we're going to do is, I was inspired by this because I saw how Sabrina from the DC Ready Love is now in a relationship, living with, in love with Walter from the Potomac season. Or was it opposite? No, Walter was from the DC. Walter was from DC, and I think Sabrina was from Potomac. Anyway, they hooked up. So I was happy to see that. Remember, Sabrina had that long list. I was calling her the Black Widow. She had that long list. Well, it sounds like she found a man who has satisfied a lot of things on her list. I know he ain't got everything, but finally Sabrina said, you know what? I cannot be finding everything on this list, but hopefully she got 90% of the things she wanted on there, or enough, or a little bit enough of all the things that she's happy, because she really did look like she's happy and in love. And so do Walter. I really actually could see those two together, to be honest with you. I really could see it. When I saw it on the TV screen, I thought, I believe it. I believe it. They really do seem like they could be a good pair. But that's what made me think, you know what? Now that we have 2 seasons in the same city, why don't we take a look and say, you know what? If we had a chance and no love comes out of this season at all, let's look at who could we pair up these people with from season 1, the men. That's what I want to look at. How could we pair up season 2 women with season 1 men? So let's go ahead and let's get started taking a look at it. So here we have all the men of season 1 versus all the ladies of season 2. So here we have all the men of season 1 with the ladies of season 2. And so we're going to go ahead and get started and start pairing these people up. Like I said, don't forget to drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think of these pairings. If you agree or disagree, and who would you pair together? Now, I don't know if I'm going to pick a final. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the best top 2 to go with each lady. I'm not going to necessarily pair it down to one, but you guys could do whatever you want down in the comments. You could tell me the top 2 for the ladies, or who would you actually pair them with. So the first lady we're going to look at is Miss Sueanne. I don't want to step on Blake's toes. I don't want to step on his toes. So we don't know if it's real or not real with Blake and Sueanne. Some people think it's real. Some people think it's the most real connection on the show this year. Some people think it's all fake and it's just to stay on the game show. So I'm going to say, you know what? Of all the men from last year, if I had to pair up Sueanne, who would I pair her with? First of all, we know Sueanne is an attorney, okay? We also know that Sueanne, she does high-profile cases. Right now, she's doing a really high-profile case. Sueanne does media, news. So she's out there in the forefront. So she's going to need a man who is okay with her being in the forefront. That's one thing she mentioned before. A man's going to have to be able to respect her intelligence. She definitely has a mind of her own, but it sounds like she doesn't mind having a man who likes to take the lead. She sounds like, the fact that she even likes Blake. We know Blake is considered a strong leader, so she seems to like that in a man. We know that she has a couple of children. I don't know if she wants more children, but she may not want any more. So who would we pair Sueanne with of all these men? So I'm going to go with these two men. I'm going to go with Samson and I'm going to go with Calvin. These are the two I'm going to pick out of all the men from season 1 who I could see Sueanne going out with. I remember Samson. I think that he would value a highly intelligent woman like Sueanne. I think Sueanne has class. I remember when Samson was going a wine tasting, I could absolutely see a Sueanne enjoying activity like that. I think they may have similar backgrounds. I know that Samson went to, did he go to Howard? No, what did he go to? Morehouse. I think it was HBCU. I think he went to Morehouse. I don't know if Sueanne went to HBCU, but I could see them kind of hanging out. I really could. And then Calvin, I remember him being serious minded. I remember him being a serious person. And I think attorneys typically are serious. I think attorneys can have fun. Shoot, Miss Simone is an attorney, so I think they can have fun, but I think they also can get in it when they need to. So I can see Sueanne with out of these two men. Remember, I have to pick a man from season 1. So this is going to be my best fit. I'm going to go with Sueanne, either with Samson or with Calvin. What do you guys think? A bad 2 choices? Are these bad 2 choices? And if not, who would you pick? We're going to move on to the next lady. We're going to move on to Miss Crazy Morgan. Okay, who can match Morgan's crazy? Should we be matching Morgan with another crazy person, or should we match her with someone who is not going to inflame her crazy? Because who can handle Morgan? Who is not? Which man out here would not be afraid of Miss Morgan? Morgan wants to have children, so we do know that we need to get a man that's going to want to have kids, because Morgan wants to have children. She's got a little wild side to her, but we kind of need a man that's not going to spur it on. So you know what I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with these two men. I'm going to go with a Juwan. What were we calling him? Because he started telling us his name wasn't Juwan anymore. What were we calling him from last year? I forget, y'all. Y'all going to tell me what was his name. Okay, that's it. It was Justice. His name was Juwan in all the literature, but he goes by Justice. So I'm going to say that, you know what? Justice might can handle Morgan's crazy, because Justice was just as crazy. And I think what Justice would do was he would ignore and maybe ignore Morgan. What do you guys think? Would it be too explosive to put them together? Or would Justice, because he's more crazy than Morgan, would he be able to calm her down? Remember, she said she wanted a man who could put her in her place. But I think Tony gets riled up. He matches the crazy. But Juwan, I remember him last year. He said that when women get crazy, he gives it back to them, but in a different kind of way. So maybe Justice will be good for Morgan. Maybe Justice will be good. And then what I'm thinking is, how about LJ? LJ had this real fun side to him. He first started off acting as if he was shy, but later on we found out that LJ was a little wild. He was a little wild. And I think he liked wild women. We didn't know that in the beginning, but I think later on we realized that he likes a woman with a little friskiness in her. You know what I'm saying? I think I remember that about him. So I don't know. I'm going to put Morgan either with LJ or with Justice. And is Morgan from the islands? Is she from the islands? I couldn't remember. Is Morgan Haitian? I can't remember. I remember LJ was from St. Thomas. So maybe we got some Caribbean flavor going on here as well. I don't know. But who do you think for Morgan? Am I right? Am I wrong? Either of these two men or none of the men? What do you think? Okay, we're going to go on to Mercedes. What? Mercedes is a flight attendant. Mercedes got this sort of combination of, she's sweet, she's kind, but she looks like she can have some fun. She's not full turn up though. She really isn't a full turn up type of person. What else do we know about Mercedes? Right now, she's trying to hook up with Mark Anthony. So maybe she likes him tall. Maybe she likes that look. Maybe she likes, a man like that who's sort of like not a real turn up personality. She doesn't really like Anthony. Anthony, I think, was too low key. I don't think she really wants to necessarily be with a man that has a lot of kids, because as she says, she doesn't know anything about that. So maybe she doesn't want to date a man with kids. I don't know. So you know who I'm going to pick for her? I'm going to pick a lazy ass rando. I'm going to pick a lazy ass rando. Not because I don't think Rando won't chase Mercedes, but I think that Rando, he was going after Jamala before, but Jamala had a little bit of some of that, little bit of crazy in her. And I don't think Mercedes has that. Maybe the calmness of Mercedes will go well with Rando. Maybe Rando will be able to turn it up enough to actually pursue a Mercedes. But then again, you know what? Mark Anthony didn't pursue Mercedes that much, and she was fine with it. So maybe she doesn't need a heavy hunter man. She doesn't need a man that so hunts real hard, and she was fine with a Mark Anthony. So I'm going to say Rando, Mercedes, and then I'm going to put Mercedes with LJ as well, because I think LJ is sort of in the middle. I think he can turn up, but maybe he doesn't always have to. And maybe the fun part of LJ will go with the fun part of Mercedes. I don't know. I know LJ had a daughter. So I don't know if Mercedes would like that. But I know that Randall was tall. Randall didn't have any children. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Mercedes, lazy ass Randall, and LJ. What do you guys think of this pairing? What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and move on. The next lady we're going to pair up is Jeffrey. We're going to pair up Jeffrey. Jeffrey says she wants a man who's a protector, a provider, a leader. We know she's got 2 kids. She definitely needs a man that can have some money, provide financially. He's going to have to bring some money to the table because she needs some help financially. She wants to be submissive. She doesn't mind a man who's going to be assertive. She never went for Tony, maybe because I think Tony was maybe too short. I think she likes some tall. I think she liked the fact that Blake was tall when she originally liked Blake. Andre is tall. Mark Anthony is tall. So I think she wants a tall man for sure. She wants a man who wants to be a leader. She's saying she doesn't mind being submissive. I don't think so. But you know what? We're going to see. I'm going to go with Alonzo, y'all. I'm going to go with Alonzo and Devin. That's who I'm going to go with. And the reason why I'm going to go with these two, one is I think they're both tall. Is Devin tall? I know he played football. Is he tall? I think he was tall enough for Jeffrey. And I know that he does have children. Before he wasn't claiming all of them, but I think he claims them now. So maybe they could have a blended family. He may not want any more. I think she might like the little edge that Devin might have brought. And then I'm going to pair it with Alonzo. Alonzo told us he was managing $70 million portfolios. He definitely wants a woman that's submissive. I can't even remember if Alonzo had kids or not, but he definitely wants a woman that's going to listen to him. So maybe Alonzo and Jeffrey would be a good pair. Maybe they would be a good pair, y'all. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Alonzo and Devin. What do y'all think about that pairing? What do you all think? Moving on. We're going to go with Corvaya. Miss Corvaya, when she came on the show, everybody was saying that she was a gold digger. I don't know. I saw her in her exit interview. I wouldn't say that she's a gold digger, but she definitely don't want no broke man. She definitely wants a man with money. The men who liked Corvaya were DeMario. I think Blake liked her in the beginning till she started talking about the whole thing, him with the babies. And then I think he was mad that she didn't like him. And I forget who else liked Corvaya. There was someone else who liked Corvaya. But I think the men who have strong personalities, they liked, I think, the feminineness, the femininity of Corvaya. I think they were attracted to that about her. Corvaya is in media. She's in the spotlight. She likes to go out. She said that she likes to go on a yacht or a boat every single weekend. So some man needs to be able to enjoy that lifestyle. So who do I'm going with? I'm going with Alonzo because once again, Alonzo says he's got fat pockets and he has a strong personality. So maybe Corvaya could go out on the boats of Miami and travel around the world with Alonzo. I'm going to go with Alonzo. And then I'm going to go back again to Samson. I think these two could make a good match. I think I can see the two of them pairing up well out on the street. They make a good looking couple. I think that the personality of Samson could go well with Corvaya. I really do. I think a lot of people thought that Samson was too strong headed, but I think Corvaya could balance him out a little bit and they could work well. So I'm going to go with Alonzo and I'm going to go with Samson for Corvaya. What do y'all think? What do you guys think of that pairing? Let's move on. Now we're going to go to my girl, Cynthia. You know, she was one of my favorites out here in the streets. So Cynthia was is a CEO, I should say, of her own company. And she's got 2 kids. She is ready to not have to buck up with no man anymore. She's trying to nurture that feminine side of her. But we do know that if she needs to, she can do it. She is a woman who is wise with wisdom. She says she knows what she wants. Remember, she was with crazy old James, the father of her children. Well, I ain't going to call him crazy, but she don't want that again. She does not want that again. So who are we going to pair her up with? You know who I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with Calvin. I'm going to go with Calvin, and I'm going to go with this other man. Remember, he got eliminated really early on. His name was Sean. Sean was an entrepreneur too. I think he was in the real estate development and everything like that. That might pair well with Cynthia. And what I remember about Sean was he was calm in his demeanor. He didn't talk a lot. That's why they booted him off so soon. But I actually thought he was a person that could have come on there and lasted a while. So I'm going to go with Sean, and then I'm going to go with Calvin again. Calvin also seemed to have a calm demeanor. Maybe their energies will match. They'll be able to get along really well. That's who I'm going to go with for them as well. I'm going to go with Sean and Calvin. Sean was his name. I'm going to go with Sean. Sean was an entrepreneur. He was a real estate developer. And so what I'm thinking is maybe with the 2 business people, this might go well. Sean seemed calm nature. I don't even remember Sean's situation. If he had kids, didn't have kids, didn't want kids. Was he ready to be with a blended family already? I don't know, but that's who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Sean and Calvin for Cynthia. What do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Who else would you put her with? Now we're going to move on to Marcia. So one thing I learned about Marcia is she got a little sass to her. She is a fashion designer. Marcia likes men to chase her. That was one of the things, the problem she had this year. Blue didn't chase her. She liked Tony at first because she thought he was assertive, but now that she's probably seen these next episodes, she's probably like, dang, I might need to tone that down, asking for an assertive man. Like I said, you could have a man that likes to chase you, but you don't need too aggressive man. A lot of women like to get real assertive men because they don't want to have to do nothing. So they're like, give me a real assertive man until it goes wrong, until he gets mad, until you do something he doesn't like. And then you be like, where is the other man? Where's the other type of man? What they call them, beta man, simp mans, whatever they want to call them. Be careful what you ask for. Don't be just asking for assertive men so you can be a certain kind of way and not have to, join in and do some things when it comes to dating. So we know what? I'm going to put Marcia with Swayze and I'm going to put her with LJ. The reason I'm going to put her with Swayze is I don't feel like I'm stepping on Kadian's toes. I think they broke up. I think they didn't gel well. I think they were probably too much fire together. But I think Marcia is scaled down. I don't think she's a Kadian. I think doesn't have as much in that. But she is a fun girl. She's fun, likes to have a good time. She has a huge personality. I think Swayze liked that about Kadian. I think she liked Kadian's fun personality, outgoing, but Kadian couldn't always control her mouth all the time. I don't know what broke them up. Who knows? I don't know if Kadian couldn't control her mouth. Maybe Swayze messed up. I'm not going to speculate, but I'm going to put Marcia with Swayze. I'm going to put those two together. And then I'm going to also put her with LJ. LJ's a fun guy too. He's a fun guy, likes to party, likes to have a good time. And maybe these two could make a good match. What do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Who are you going to put together? Next, I'm going to move on to the attorney of the group, Natasha. She went home early. We didn't learn a lot about Natasha. We did know that Natasha, I don't even know if I could call her quiet. I didn't even watch Natasha's exit interview, to be honest with you. So I don't know much about her. I mean, but if she's an attorney, she's definitely intelligent, because you can't be no non-intelligent and be an attorney. She got a little sense in her head. So I'm going to go with Natasha, and then I'm going to see who I'm going to pair her with. I'm going to pair her with Samson, because, Natasha has that look that last year Sharice had. And Swayze liked the way Sharice looked. He just didn't like Sharice because she was a mean girl. She was a mean girl, but I don't think Natasha's a mean girl. I think Natasha was a nice, almost maybe too nice. The men didn't like her. I think she was matter of fact, but I think, Samson's kind of matter of fact. So maybe their two personalities could go well together. So I'm going to put a Natasha with Samson, and then I'm also going to put her with Calvin. Same thing. I don't have a lot of information on Calvin, because remember he left because he said he had to take care of his mama. But I kind of knew he wasn't interested in any of those women last year. I think the women the year he was there, they may not have been sophisticated enough for Calvin. I don't think Calvin wanted all that sort of drama, ratchetness, and stuff like that. But I think Natasha, I don't think she has that in her, too, So I'm going to put her with Calvin. That's going to be my match. What do you guys think? Wrong, right? Someone else? And then lastly, I'm going to go with Z. We're going to look at Z. Who are we going to put Z with? Who can she go with? Remember, Z was Zen. She said she was an alpha female. Remember, she told DeMario, I'm an alpha female. I'm an alpha female. Like I said, people are using these terms out here. I don't even know what Z thinks that is, to be honest with you. Does that mean she makes her own money and all of a sudden she's saying she's alpha female? Because I thought she was all about the Zen and stuff. I don't know. I'm confused, people. I told you, I'm confused about these titles and terms people are giving them. I really wish they would stop doing it and just tell me what that means to them. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pair her up with Sean and Calvin, because that's what I'm going to pair her up. I'm going to pair her up with Sean and Calvin. Even I think DeMario said of all the women he wished he could have gotten to know a little bit better, he said it was Z. DeMario said he thought he wished he could get to know a Z a little bit better. So, I don't know how I feel about when I'm matching them up, because like I said, I don't know much about Z. I don't know much about Sean, and I know very little bit about Calvin as well. So maybe that's why I pair them, because I don't know much about either three of these people. But that's who I'm going to pair her with. That's who I'm going to pair her with. And then, I'm sorry. Oh, no, that wasn't the last one. That wasn't the last one. We still got Miss Jonique. Miss Jonique. So remember, Miss Jonique she told Blue, Blue can't handle all this. Remember, I listened to Jonique's exit interview. Jonique had some sassy photos on her Instagram, but we also found out Z has multiple businesses. She's really, really smart, really business person. I thought she needed to learn how to flirt a little bit more. I thought she needed to learn how to lighten it up just a little bit, not bring the boardroom to every situation. I thought there was a little bit of room for that with Z. Jonique. So who did I pair her up? I'm going with Justice, and I'm going to go with Mike. I really don't want to go with Mike because I think he and Brandy may still be together, but I'm going to put him on here because if she wants a little turn up, and she was saying how Blue couldn't handle her, Mike could handle her. Mike could handle her if he needed to. So I'm going to put her down. She doesn't have any kids. She wants kids. That's the thing about Mike. I don't know if Mike wanted any more kids at the time. He said he did because Brandy wanted kids, but I don't want to step on no toes, Brandy. I apologize, Brandy, if you and Mike are still together, but I don't know. So if not, I'm gonna put Jonique with Mike, and then I'm gonna put her also with a Justice, because I think Justice was a business person, right? Didn't he own his own club or something like that? I can see Jonique up in the club. I can see her up in the club. Jonique also said she wanted to be with an entrepreneur. So both Mike was an entrepreneur and so was Justice. Jonique said she did not want a 9-to-5 man because she wanted a man who could understand what she goes through. So I'm going to put her with Justice and a Mike. So that's it, y'all. Those are my pairings. How do you think I did? You think I did pretty well? And if not, drop down in the comments and tell me who you would pair up. And we'll see if maybe after this season, when they have all their reunions and all their little fun parties with the Ready Love family, we'll see if any of these people get together, a hook up in the real world. That's it, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.